Alright guys, here it is, my final prediction for the 2020 election. This is the 2016 map. I'll be using that as a template. So let's start with Nevada first. Nevada was a state that I thought Trump possibly could flip because Biden's lack of Latino support in the state. But Biden has had a stable lead in the polls. And also the Trafalgar group, which is notoriously pro-Republican, even has Biden up by 2. And the RCP aggregate, which I'm using for my analysis here, has Biden up by 4. So I think Biden will hold on to the state. Arizona is an interesting one. Democrat hasn't won here since 1996. And Biden does struggle with Latinos, as evidenced by the fact that 2/3 of Latino voters haven't even voted yet, early voting. And what's key for Biden here is there's a county called Maricopa County, which has 60% of all the Arizona residents. Trump won this county by 3 points in 2016, which helped him carry the state. And Biden, in a September poll, at least, was up by 10. So if he can drive up turnout in Maricopa County, he can win the state. Well, I don't think it will happen due to the lack of Latino support, but I'm going to keep that red. Texas, if Biden wins Texas, it's basically over Trump scenario right there, 270 already. It's trending blue for sure, but I don't think it's going to flip just yet. Florida is an interesting one. It's Trump's home state now. They have a tendency to re-elect the incumbents, like they voted for Obama in 2012, voted for Bush in 2004. They have a high senior population, which Trump is slipping with because of his COVID response. But the Democrats, was bad for them as they were hoping for a 600,000 vote early vote lead, but they only got 200,000. They're not doing it in counties like Miami-Dade. And also, the reason why I don't think Biden can win this is because in the 2018 midterms, which was a blue wave, Republicans still won the governor's seat and also the Senate seat. So in my opinion, this will stay red. We go to Georgia now. A Democrat hasn't won here since 1992. Trump is only up by 0.2% in the aggregate. Biden is still campaigning here, as is Trump. He's probably playing defense. So Biden must think the state is in play. It's possible, but I think Trump will hold on to it. Next, we go to North Carolina. Trump also won the state in 2016. The Democrats have a decent early vote lead here, but they also had an early vote lead in 2016 and lost the state. Rasmussen, which is also a GOP-friendly pollster, has Trump up by just 1, and the aggregate has Trump up by 0.5. So this definitely could go either way, but I think I'm going to keep it red, just barely. And Pennsylvania is another interesting one. I think Biden will lose the state, and the reason being is that his comments at the last debate regarding fracking, which is a big part of their state's economy, probably hurt some voters. And the fact that there's been recent riots in Philadelphia, and also throw on the fact that 75% of African-American voters have not voted as of yet, early voting. That's not good for turnout, enthusiasm. So I think Trump will hold on to the state by 1% or so, narrowly. And we go to Ohio, which Trump won by 8% in 2016. And the polls are looking a lot more closer right now. Trump's only up by 1.4% in the aggregate. He will edge it out, in my opinion, but it's got to be a cause for concern for his campaign. Michigan is a state I believe Biden will flip, and the reason being is that he had such a dominating primary performance here. He did way better than Hillary's numbers with the working class and overall. He has a 5-point lead in the RCP aggregate. What could cause Michigan problems in Michigan for the Democrats is that people are upset at the lockdown orders by the Democratic governor, but I just think Biden's strong primary performance will help him hold on to the state. And we go to Wisconsin, which I believe will also flip. And the reason is that the COVID outbreak is not a good thing for Trump. And Biden has also had a stable lead here. He has a 7% lead in the RCP aggregate. And even the Trafalgar group that I mentioned before has Biden up by 0.4%. I think Minnesota had a chance to flip, but I think it will stay blue. Trafalgar, once again, has Biden up by 3. And Democrats have a decent-sized early vote lead here. So, this is my official prediction, 280 to 58. The thing about for Biden is that he just has to win one of these states. He wins Arizona, it's a tie. He wins Georgia, he wins. He wins North Carolina, which is close, he wins. He wins Ohio, which is close, he wins. Interesting. He wins Florida, he also wins. So Biden has more paths, but I think he'll lose all these states very narrowly. So this is my official prediction, 280 to 58.